Hello everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name's Connor, with me on this video is Bob.
This is my final intro line.
And Yella.
Good eye.
And we went looking in the Borderlands section, because Borderlands 3 is coming out soon, baby!
So fucking hyped for that.
Lands and borders and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we found a story called The Commando and the Demoltions Expert.
Mm-hmm.
You do need an expert for that.
Yeah.
For
Don't attempt demoltions at home.
I don't know what that is. I'm a Demoltions newbie. I'm a rookie. I need a 101 class, or maybe even, something less than
0-10, yeah.
Yeah, 0-10. All right. Commando and the Demoltions Expert by Mecromando.
Just how I thought the quest #1 fan should have ended.
So those of you who are not lettered like Connor and I in the art of the Borderlands, #1 fan is a quest in which Tiny Tina asks you to go find and get the autograph of her third favorite murderer, Sully the Stabber. That's basically it. It's a fine quest.
Yeah, it was.
It's in one of the DLCs.
Torg DLC. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Author's note. Writer's block isn't letting me start a new chapter for Axton's Tales of Awesome.
Probably a good idea.
And I had this idea bouncing in my head for a while.
Probably
it's only going to be a one-shot, because starting a new story when you're stuck on another one increases the chance of you never finishing that story.
Holy shit, is that Steel Donut rule number 2?
What?
That when you're stuck on one story and you start a new story, it's going to increase the chance of you never finishing that first story?
I haven't really, been measuring the correlation across.
I feel like, it intuitively feels very true.
Yeah,
it does feel like an obvious thing.
But it's not as,
It's not empirical. We don't have the data.
Yeah, it's not as empirical as someone saying, I'll update very soon, and then that being at the last chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have found only one, maybe 2 stories that include Tiny Tina in it, and after playing Torque Campaign of Carnage, this side quest didn't go as I hoped, so this is how I thought it should have went. Contains small spoilers to a side quest, not the main storyline. Enjoy.
The roar of the engines, the dust kicked up by the wheels, trailing behind them like a thick smoke. It was nice.
Nice.
The Vive Vault Hunters had just got done dealing with Motor Mama and were heading toward Moxie's place to crash. But until then, Axton let himself get lost in thought.
That's why they're gonna crash. He's behind the wheel.
Yeah.
No,
Oh no.
Axton,
Then again,
no.
has anyone who played Borderlands 1 or 2 made the effort to come to a stop?
No, actually, no. You always crash.
Yeah, you always just drive where you need to go and then just smash into it at 60 miles an hour and then just get out.
Yeah, and you're pressing you're pressing E to get out of the car while you're crashing into something.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went into autopilot mode and was gazing at the horizon, which the sun was a few hours away from touching.
Jesus, what a bad way of wording that.
That is really awful. Thank you.
What's that line, Bob? In a few hours, the sun will be out.
Oh, yeah. If it's any consolation, the sun will be up in a few hours.
Yeah. Sun will
Something
be
like
down in a few hours in this case.
He relaxed a bit in the seat of the Bandit Technical, adjusted his mirrors, and glanced back at the 4 passengers behind him.
He leaned it back.
Yeah,
I could feel the heat coming off of the road tonight.
He was about to say something, but the unmistakable sound of Tiny Tina blared out from all of their echoes.
Hey, hey, hey!
She ecstatically called, and they all groaned, knowing that it means they're going on another fool's errand to pacify the young girl for another day or 2. Not waiting for them to answer, she continues.
Hold on, can I just say, that's such a shitty way of looking at, doing side quests in a video game.
Yeah, I need to do things.
Just try to enjoy the
Fool's
fucking
errand.
game. Yeah, if you
There's
don't
no point.
If you don't like the side quests, just don't do it. That's the reason. That's what separates Vault Hunters from random people.
Yeah.
People who are they're looking for glory and money and guns.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole point of
I guess
Borderlands,
so.
isn't it? So why would they complain about getting another quest? From a friend of theirs, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I hate this friend.
Yeah.
So
I hear Yella
annoying.
calling me. Yella's calling me. Well, he's a coworker. Never mind. I'll
Yeah,
just
no,
stop
that
there.
doesn't
I'm
work.
calling
He
you.
doesn't even. Okay, yeah. Connor's calling me, and he says his classic, "Hey, hey, hey," and I go, "Ugh." Again with this fucking Connor guy.
Yeah.
I have to go on another fool's errend to
What is he gonna
pacify.
want me to do this time?
He only gives the bad guns.
Yeah.
Never gives me any of the good guns.
Does she give any good guns?
Yeah, she gives you the kitten.
Oh yeah, the
4.
kitten's really good, and the teapot is also pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I just received news that Sully the Stabber is here.
Maya picked up her echo and talked into it. I mean, that is, yes, good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what? She asked. There was a pause.
So what? He's my 3rd favorite mass murderer of all time. I need his autograph.
I'm pretty sure this dialogue is pulled directly from the game. But it's like-
I listened back and not 100%, but
Oh, okay.
you know, pretty obviously
gist of
close
it.
enough. Yeah, the gist of it.
Maya's eye twitched. You're bothering us for an autograph? She accusingly replied into her echo.
Cool it, Maya.
Axton said,
I got this.
fumbling for his echo while still trying to keep an eye on the round was very...
What?
On the,
Okay,
I don't know
that-
what
that-
you mean.
On the
That
round
threw me-
steering
that
wheel?
I think the
Round
ground...
steering.
Is he like shooting off guns while driving?
that just threw me off so bad. I think it's meant to be the ground, like he's keeping an eye on the road, but there's no real road, I guess, so it's just the ground.
That's stupid. Why would you say that?
Like on the terrain, maybe on the
shouldn't
surroundings.
Put an eye on the ground either.
Yeah,
Also,
don't
if
keep
you're-
an eye on the ground. Who gives a fuck about the ground? You're like the only reason people tell you to keep an eye on the road is because you don't want to hit stuff.
Mhm.
But like later on in the sentence, it's gonna be like he's gonna hit stuff. So it's like, why does it matter whether he keeps an eye on the road?
Yeah. Also, just because you're like, you know what, like most people can, you know, operate a radio of some kind while driving. It's
Nah, he can't even walk and talk at the same time, dude.
Yeah.
That was
Man.
I think probably the biggest pitfall of Borderlands 2. When you pick the Commando, you have to invest points into him being able to walk and fire his gun.
At the same time.
Yeah. And if
dang.
dialogue came on, like, forget about it.
Just
like
can't
other characters
move.
talking to him, and he just like ragdolls right there.
He couldn't even walk and listen at the same time.
No, you see, he can't even animate and walk at the same, animate and talk at the same time. She just T poses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, all the other characters are like shooting things and like doing stuff, and like they have like in combat dialogue and whatnot. And Axton is just like silent, and then you release all the controls. He T poses, says a line, and then goes back to fire. It's like,
Yeah.
God, I didn't understand that design choice at all.
That's why they gave him the turret, so that the turret could actually, do damage and shoot things and kill things. When
Right, you toss out the turret, and then he just starts spouting dialogue, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Now this is just like a movie. I'm just watching.
I'm watching while there is a character just T posing over there.
Yeah.
Fumbling for his echo while still trying to keep an eye on the round was fairly easy. Sure, he might hit a few skags, but come on, even he wasn't searching. Come on, even if he wasn't searching for his echo, he would have hit them anyway. When he found his echo, he replied to Tina.
Maybe Borderlands vehicles just like auto track into
into
Skags?
the
skags and
terrain.
other things on the road.
Yeah.
Certainly when I'm driving them, they do.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not just you being
You know-
bad at driving?
Hey,
Or being good at driving.
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Once again,
maybe.
that's-
Never
more
stop the
XP.
killing, Yella. Never.
Yeah.
I guess.
Especially back in Borderlands 1, like you could straight up cheese boss fights by just driving a vehicle in and running
That's
them
true.
over.
Yeah. It was real fucking easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, sure, I'll do it. Where's the Sully guy?
He heard a squeal and then Tina.
The squeal was not from Tina.
No, the squeal wasn't Tina, apparently.
It's the squeal of his car. It's falling
Oh,
apart.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Or he's
Oh,
doing
I-
a sick drift into more skags.
Mm. Getting that blue sparks.
Yeah. Somewhere in the distance, he heard strange noises.
Uh-huh.
He's in the beatdown, but be quick or else he might leave!
The beatdown was a place that harbored many known thugs. Somehow they all weren't surprised that there... somehow they... Fuck.
It's bad grammar, don't worry.
It's really fucking me up.
The wording here is kind of throwing me for a loop, too, yeah.
Let me just go slow. Somehow they all weren't surprised that was where Sully was at. Fuck, why was that so hard to read?
I think that should have been a case for the odd-looking but technically correct that.
Also, I just really don't like the order of they all weren't surprised.
Yeah.
That just... it's just weird to me.
Like, it would have been better to say none of them were surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Like this sentence shouldn't have been a denial.
Here's how I would have rewritten the sentence. The beatdown was a place that harbored many... maybe cut this part down, too. The beatdown was... a place of violence.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like, everywhere in the Borderlands world is a place of violence.
A place of violence, injustice,
violence
darkness,
and
and servitude.
How about this? The beatdown, somehow none of them were surprised that's where Sully was.
Yeah. That would have worked way better than this.
Mm-hmm.
The familiar building appeared on the horizon, and it wasn't long before the reached it. Coming to a stop, Axton let the others out.
Once again, coming to a stop by probably smashing into
whatever.
It is very convenient, though, that apparently they were already on the way to the beatdown. Because it just appeared on the horizon.
Did he say he turned around?
No, it just, all of a sudden, it just appears on the horizon.
They were headed to Moxie's, and then...
Yeah. And now suddenly the beatdown is here.
Oh, no, they're still going to the bar.
Okay, I read a bit ahead. It gets explained.
Yeah. Okay. Go on, I can handle this one by myself.
You see, so he just drops his friends off and he just goes on his own.
Technically, if they go through a zone transition, then he's gonna come with them. The game won't load him into a separate instance.
The other Vault Hunters looked relieved and quickly entered the bar. Chuckling to himself, Axton started the engine and peeled off towards the beatdown.
Fuck those other Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Be nice to your little girlfriend.
Yeah.
She wants an autograph from someone. It's not hard. You kill people for a living. Just drive over there, get the autograph, and come back.
I mean, to be fair, if it's not hard, then why should they all have to go? Like, Axton can do that by himself.
Yeah,
like,
but they all look relieved. They're like, oh man, I really need to go to the bar.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they do. You don't know what their life is like.
Yeah.
They might not enjoy it as much as you do.
Yeah, well, I lived their life.
Oh, shit.
But, like...
You went to the land of borders.
Yeah.
But think about it, like, Maya sighs in relief, Salvador sighs in relief, Zero projects, like, finally, I don't have to do a side quest for that stupid bitch. I can have some me time. All of that on the front of his visor.
Yeah, all of it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Normally, all there's room for is like a :D, but today he's got a full paragraph.
He invested in the billboard skill.
Well, you see, he finally found a smaller, like, font size.
Ah, that's what it is, yeah.
Oh, I can adjust from 72 points all the way down to 8.
Yeah.
Great, here we go. Now I get to tell everybody how I really feel.
Yeah. All right, first
Zero,
off,
why aren't you
Axton,
just saying this?
All right, first off, Axton, I got a major problem with you. First off, you It's just like a terms and conditions.
It just starts like slowly scrolling by, like.
Yeah, it's his fucking manifesto or something.
Like just a huge, like, it's just a huge rant, like a huge wall of text just scrolls by.
Yeah.
After fighting his way through several bandits, Axton made it to Sully's camp.
Wow.
Let's just skip over the action parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to write combat.
Yeah. Hello? Sully, you in here?
He called out, scanning the open place and the few small buildings in front of him.
Infant. Yeah.
Oh.
OMG, that's him!
Tina yelled through the echo.
Shh.
Axton said. I wouldn't call that saying, but okay. Looking down at his chest, Axton saw a large red dot.
One wrong move and I'll kill you.
The gruff voice of Sully called out.
Comma.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
At least they added end punctuation.
Yeah.
Don't give them credit, Connor. They'll make a fool of you, like they've made a fool of me.
Over
many
and over
times. Many
Bob
times.
has closed Bob's bank of giving credit because
I got no credit to
robbing
give.
him. Oh, yeah, every
Yeah,
time.
they just keep making a fool of him. It was really kind of sad.
I loan out some credit and they just fuck off with it.
They don't just fuck off. First they punch Bob in the face, and then they fuck off.
Yeah, they kick me in my ding dong and run away, and I'm just left there holding my balls, feeling like a schmuck.
It's really sad. Axton raised his hands over his head.
Whoa, relax. I'm not here to fight. I just want your autograph for a little girl. Remember when you said there was end punctuation, you dumb piece of shit? Look at all this.
There's not even an apostrophe in im.
That one time. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, my dude. You can't give them credit.
I didn't it's not like whatever.
There was a silence. Then the red dot disappeared from his chest, and he heard him and several others laughing.
He heard himself.
Yeah, he just laughed. He was just like, haha, I'm not gonna die today.
I can't stop laughing. This is a serious medical condition. Please call for help.
I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm being serious.
But the laughing just got louder.
Yeah.
Why would I give a stupid little girl my autograph? Ha ha ha.
Oh my god. I really hate it when people write out ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
Like it always looks like it. Like I always interpret it as like really sarcastic, like ha ha ha.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just looks weird.
When you write it out like that, it makes it seem like you've got a specific number of ha's in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could just say that he was laughing or something.
Sully always laughs 3 times.
And then he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
He's trying out a new laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sully laughing while clutching his sides.
Changing tense on us. I like it.
Yeah, okay. Caught up to the present.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, so he doesn't want to give me an autograph?
He heard Tina's voice waver a bit.
Well.
She fought back tears.
Juice, kill him!
Juice!
Oh, Juice.
Oh, Juice, kill him now!
Yeah.
Oh, Ju.
Oh,
Ju.
Ju, kill him.
Oh my god.
It's French.
Axton shrugged his shoulders and threw down his auto turret. As he walked away, sounds of Sully and his goons being torn apart his turret was like music to his ears. By the time he made it to his vehicle, the turret already digistructed and reappeared on his shoulder.
Cool guys don't look at combat.
Cool guys don't do combat. They let a machine do it for them.
Does this further prove our complaints about Axton not being able to like walk and fight at the same time?
Actually, my build, to get a little technical, my preferred build was actually getting the Shock Trooper mod to get points in Onslaught, which made you run faster after a kill. So then I could just breeze around the levels by throwing my turret down. It kills someone, I'm just running to the next objective, and as long as it like kills people fast enough, it keeps giving me speed buffs.
Just to make it clear, when he's talking about boosting your movement speed, he's not talking about like a 3% boost. He's talking about like a 40% movement speed bonus, or like a 60% movement speed bonus. You're moving much faster than if you're sprinting. Mm-hmm. Sometimes he's running faster than the cars can drive.
Dude, when I got a class mod with +6 in Onslaught, so I had 11 out of 5, that was, I believe, over 100% bonus to movement speed. So I was running
more than
twice as fast. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then isn't that the same tree where you can get the nuke at the bottom of the tree?
No, Onslaught's
I remember that's
left
the way
tree.
Alan used to play. Like he'd have his points spec'd out, so he'd have a nuke. Like when he threw down his turret, it would set off a nuke wherever he threw the turret down. So he would basically just throw the nuke down, it would explode, and then he would run away from the fight.
It's like the whole thing where like a ninja throws down a smoke bomb, but instead it's a nuke and everybody just dies.
Everybody just dies, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you make your escape.
And like anybody who doesn't die, the turret is still there to mop them up.
And for true team synergy, I'd play as Krieg with the skill where friendly fire could hurt me. And so Alan would throw that. The nuke would health gate me down to like no health. And then I'd have the capstone where, you know, when
Release
you
the
were
beast,
below
yeah.
a certain amount of health, you'd transform into a super psycho and get all your health back. And it worked great. Borderlands 2 is really fun.
It's such a good game. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Borderlands 3.
I want Borderlands 3!
Now,
Yeah.
give it
also-
to me now.
Yeah.
I already pre-ordered the game.
Yeah, me too. I mean, you know, at the start we joked on how Axton's kind of boring, but he could do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's dead.
he got into the driver's seat.
Well, just come back to my place and I'll give you a reward, I guess.
I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
She replied, although she sounded a bit stuffy. He drove towards her shack in a little nook between two cliffs. Once he reached her place, he could only knock once before Tina came bursting through the door and into his arms. He tried to protest, but she only held on to him tighter. Eventually, he just went with it and hugged her back. She buried her face between his arm and chest and sobbed.
Jeez.
Who the fuck protests a sobbing girl's hug?
No, Tina, don't touch
Fuck
me. You
you.
have cooties.
My
Like,
God, Axton,
she's
you
like-
piece of garbage.
She's like crying and wants to hug you.
Yeah, come on,
Just hug
Axton.
her, you asshole.
Yeah.
Like he eventually just goes with it. Like it takes a while.
Alright, fine, jeez.
Fine, I'll hug this distraught girl.
Yeah.
Ugh, this dumb bitch, God.
I'm a vault hunter. I'm a cool killer. I can't be seen, like, showing emotion in public.
I mean, she's a cool killer too. She's a demolitions expert.
She's a
demolitions
demolitions expert.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
a demolitions expert. You're right. That invalidates everything I said.
Yeah,
Right.
gotta go with their proper job title, and that changes everything.
Hey, everything is gonna be all right.
He whispered and hugged her tighter. Eventually, she stopped and looked towards him.
Stopped crying. Stopped hugging.
She just stopped.
And then
She
didn't look,
T-posed.
like, up at his eyes. She just looked, like, at where he was.
Straightforward.
She's talking to his
T-posing.
chest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you wants that reward now?
Why is she talking like this now?
I don't know.
I
I guess
guess
you wants that rewards now, eh?
Like she didn't do that before. Like what the hell?
He doesn't do it in the game.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's great.
there's not even any, like, fucking emotional hugging or crying in the game. She
I mean,
stands
this is-
there, you turn in the quest, she says some dialogue.
I mean, to be fair, this is how this author thinks this quest should have ended, with a
Oh,
tearful
right.
hug.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. This one random side quest should have ended with an emotional climax for some reason.
Yeah.
Like this dumb jokey thing where it's like,
Like the whole joke is that, ha ha, it's her third favorite murderer. She has a favorite murderer. And
she has
a list of
multiple. Like she has at
Yeah.
least 3.
And
Yeah.
you try to get his autograph, and then he obviously doesn't, so you have to kill him.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's a murderer. Well, mass murderer, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's funny. It's a good quest.
it's, a
It's
good
fine.
move. Yeah. Didn't
Why are
need
you
an
making
emotional climax.
Didn't need one.
Yeah.
She asked, wiping the tears from her eyes and retreating from his hug.
He went in for a second hug, and she's like, no.
No,
No, I'm
one-
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good now. I'm fine.
When a grown man wants to hug you, you retreat, you bit. Oh no, I already did that bit earlier.
Axton smiled and pushed a strand of her hair behind her ear.
Oh
Weird.
God, is he gonna make out with
Oh
her?
boy, here's a good line.
She's a fucking child.
Here's a good line, though.
My reward was helping you.
He's not even gonna get any exps or monies or guns.
Oh God, this makes it seem like he wants to
It does.
Yeah.
I don't like this at all.
Her pained expression turned to joy, and she grinned and hugged him again.
You know how I said Sully was my third favorite mass murderer of all time?
She asked, her voice muffled by his body, and Axton nodded his head.
Normally people bury the side of their faces in other people,
No,
not the front of their
straight
faces.
on, smushing her nose.
I mean, she's basically motorboating him.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Come on!
Let's-
What the fuck? Yeah, what? This is why we'll never be anything more than blow workers. At best.
At best, at the absolute maximum.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
She looked up at him.
Well, you're my first.
Uh,
Yeah. Okay. That's
Okay.
how I thought it should have went, because I really wanted Tina to have a real emotion part other than just her being crazy, and I felt like Axton was a good father figure. I thought about Roland, but decided against it. Those who have beat the game know why.
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
It would be really dumb if he showed up at this quest. Also, why did we need an emotional climax for this when there's an entire other DLC which has an ending that has an emotional climax where Tina deals with the fact that Roland dies? Like, why can't we just have fucking fun?
And this, yeah.
I mean, it all comes down to, like, there's this random side quest. Why would that need to be the place for an emotional, like, a poignant
that just
moment?
seems
Not
a bit
that this
out of
moment
place.
is particularly poignant.
Yeah, that too. You could make a side quest like have an emotional climax if you also have an emotional build up
Yeah, but, like,
in it.
this
Like,
is a single side quest that gets...
this is just a go here, kill a guy, come back.
Right, exactly. It's like... And then, like, the climax there is... Like, they tried to ramp up to a very boring plateau climax.
Yeah.
Like, at the very end there, suddenly she's crying, she hugs him, and he says, "It'll be okay," and then it's okay.
Yeah.
That's
we have
not
two
interesting.
reviews. First off, we have Ubermaster who says, "This made me feel a feely feel. You
What?
got a knack for this sort of thing."
No, you don't.
They really don't.
They really don't. They don't even have a knack for the English language.
I mean, we felt feely feels, but they weren't the ones
They
the
were-
author intended.
I felt a
Yeah.
little bit of anger, a little bit of disgust, a little confusion.
Yeah, and a lot of, like,
Ugh.
grossness.
Cringe.
Cringe, yeah. And then Dragnathus says, "Oh, how nice."
No.
Okay. Commando and the Demoltions expert. Demoltions. But yeah, that was a Borderlands 2 story. Get hyped for Borderlands 3, my bros.
Go to the lands.
Yeah.
Go to the borders. Cross
Yeah.
borders.
Cross borders. Go to all the lands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't let them stop you. Don't let them stop you from crossing those lands.
Thanks for watching, and special thanks to our supporters on Patreon. Their names are on screen now. If you want to contribute but don't want to join the Patreon, we have our PayPal linked below as well. Regardless of your level of support, feel free to leave your thoughts or requests in the comments or in the public Discord server. All relevant links are in the description. Have a good one, and thanks again for watching.